Welcome to the Mac Boys. I just wanted to say a few words before we went on with the show. As some of you may have heard or seen online, the show has changed a little bit in the way it's told, but the story remains the same. And this new version of the project was written in 4 days and put on in a week. So Liberty and Betty have put this work together and they've done a miraculous job, and I couldn't be prouder of them. So with the utmost pleasure and without further ado, here is the Mac Boys.
I remember the sound of Capel Celyn, the birds in the early morning greeting the day. The sound of the old milk van coming to give us our weekly supply. And the school bell, well, you could hear it from miles away. It had a crack in it, which gave it such a unique sound. Sheep gathered in the distant fields, wind blew calmly through the hills, and as you walked, there was always someone across the other side to greet you good day. Capel Celyn was alive. You couldn't just walk through that village without being stopped, and someone offering you tea, asking after your mum, telling you news you didn't ask for. I remember the day we found out about Liverpool's plans to flood the valley. People gathered at the post office, everyone showing faces of concern. I remember my dad picking up the newspaper and reading the tiny column in the middle of the paper, the only way we found out what was going to happen to us. His eyes displayed such anger and sadness. And then, I remember the village started planning a trip to go visit the city over the water, the city that was going to make our valley a reservoir. Mum had our coats laid out the night before, scarves folded neatly, and shoes by the door. And the banners, they've been painted for days. Don't drown our homes. Save ours. Your homes are safe. There are around 40 of us, families, neighbours, who never left the valley before. All of us making our way across the water in a small coach. The city was so much bigger and louder than our small valley. We stayed together, walked side by side through the streets, holding on to our signs like they meant everything, because they did. We stood outside the council offices, hoping we could change the minds of the councillors. And we sang Welsh songs, the kind we'd grown up with, the kind that carried across the hills. People walked past us, some stared, some laughed. Most didn't stop at all. And the doors, they stayed closed. We went all that way to be heard, and they refused to listen. So then, we went home, and people started packing up. Boxes by the front door, names disappearing off the houses. My mum stood in the kitchen one morning and said, "We have to go." And just like that, we felt hopeless. As if you could pack up a life and carry it somewhere else. As if you could pick up the sound of the valley and move them. I went round helping the people of the village. Thought I could be useful, but it didn't feel like helping. It felt like I was clearing something out, erasing the moments and the memories we'd all made in a place we loved. I saw families walking out of their homes, holding what they could carry. While behind them, the machines were moving in, replacing what was once a tranquil and peaceful place with a construction site. again made too much fun of me, so I thought you could have some.
Thank you. How are you today?
Well, I've had an interesting morning.
How so?
Owen went off to Barlow. He just closed the cafe for the day, and you know, he never does that. You know how he worries about money. And just swanned off in the car with his new mate, John.
Ah, curious.
Well, how so?
Well, have you not seen the paper?
There's 2 men up in court there today, arrested for some damaging equipment. All in protest to what's happening to the valley. Well, I've heard about what's happening to the valley. I just didn't realise they were starting to take it further. It doesn't come as a shock, in all honesty. Do you remember me telling you about Dad and I going over to Liverpool? Yeah, but you said that was just a peaceful protest. It was, for us. But they treated us like dirt over there. People spat on us and shouted at us to get out of the street and go home. That's why it doesn't surprise me. We tried the peaceful approach, and we got pushed down anyway. It was only a matter of time before we got pushed back. Do you think Owen's involved in this? Involved? How? As in, do you think that he went up there to get involved? Or perhaps he agrees with the lads? I mean, he's always had his opinions, you know that. This is different. Is it different? You know about his column in the Herald, don't you? He put something in the newspaper. Yes, look. It's time the Welsh stand up to those who make us feel smaller and insignificant. What is this? I just don't know how I feel about getting mixed up in something like this. I feel terrible for the people of Celyn, I really do. But there has to be another way of getting the point across. And what if there isn't? Another way, I mean. Well, there has to be. He's my husband, the father to our children. He wouldn't keep anything from me, would he?
They sit in their offices and sign their papers, passing their acts and laws, as if the valley was just ink on paper. But that valley has a name, Capel Celyn. Homes stand there. A chapel, a schoolhouse, farms that have been there for generations, a whole community that speaks our language as naturally as breathing, and yet, with a stroke of a pen, they plan to drown it all beneath water.
You look like you haven't slept. Is it the baby?
No, it's not the baby. All right, well, what is it then? Owen's been going out at night, almost every night this week, and he thinks I'm asleep. But I hear him. Going where? Oh, I don't know. And then, in the morning, he's just there again as if nothing's happened. I mean, did this start after Bella? I thought maybe that there was someone else. Someone else? You mean an affair? Oh, I don't know. Could it not be something else? Like what? Last time we spoke, you said you was taken by those men, the ones protesting. You said yourself you couldn't stop talking about it. Well, yeah, I know, but... Okay, so what if it's not another woman? What if it's that? So, you think he's just going over there to protest? I think men don't always tell us everything, so we'll have to piece it together ourselves. Have you spoken to him about it? No. But I mean, what if I don't like the answer? I just don't feel as if I recognise him anymore. I know it can't be easy, but the truth comes at a cost. Do you fancy another cuppa? Might calm your nerves. Right, I'll go fill up the teapots. I'll be right back.
I, Emyr Llywelyn Jones, John Albert Jones, Owen Williams, swear an oath allegiance to Mudiad Amddiffyn Cymru. To Mudiad Amddiffyn Cymru. We vow to uphold the honour of our nation, its culture and its citizens. We vow to uphold the honour of our nation, its culture and its citizens. And we pledge not to reveal the names of anyone involved in this movement, even if questioned by authorities. And we pledge not to reveal the names of anyone involved in this movement, even if questioned by authorities.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
Something happened? You don't look too good.
I think he's in a cult.
A what?
A cult!
Alright. Why do you think that?
Well, I heard him last night in the living room. There were 3 voices, so I know that the other 2 were there, John and Emma. And they were chanting. I genuinely think that my husband has joined a cult.
Chanting?
Yeah, right, I know I sound mad, but I'm telling you, it sounded like something out of a horror story.
Right, let's slow down. You said you heard voices. And you think that means cult?
What else am I meant to think?
Did you hear what they were saying?
Not properly. There was just one bit. It sounded something like Mudiad Amddiffyn Cymru.
I've heard that before.
Where?
It's been mentioned in a whisper by people, as if they don't want anyone to know what it is.
So, it's not a cult.
No, it's something else. I'm not entirely sure what, but it's definitely not a cult.
What else could it be? I mean, what could possibly make someone change completely overnight? Because he has become this man I hardly recognise. And then, during the day, when he's with the kids and me, he's absolutely fine. Like, nothing's wrong, and I'm the one imagining it. Tell me honestly, am I going mad?
Oh, Irene, stop it. Why don't you come and stay with me for a while? Bring the kids along too. I'll put you up in the living room. It will be snug, but at least it'll help you clear your head a little.
I can't.
Why not?
Because, I mean, it's probably nothing, just me overthinking it.
I forgot to put sugar in the tea. I'll be a minute.
Oh, no, sorry, I only have one.
Well, you're going to have 2 now. Can I get you a cuppa?
No, thank you.
Irene, I'm sure she'll be okay.
How can you be sure? They said, well, she might not wake up. It's alright, I mean, at least I still get some time with her, and that's something.
Where's the wine?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, he was there, and then he left. It said something about forgetting to lock the cafe, so I gave birth alone. He didn't come back until she was born. And even then, he didn't stay long. Gone again the next morning. I kept thinking, any minute now, he'll walk back through those doors. But he didn't. And I knew he might be a little while. But he missed the whole birth from when the whole thing. Irene, do you really think he went back to the cafe? What do you mean?
Didn't you hear it?
Hear what?
The bang.
From when? What are you on about?
There was an explosion up near the Llewellyn site a few days ago. Early hours of the morning, the same night you gave birth.
You don't think...
I don't know.
No, he wouldn't. He said that he just went to close the cafe. I mean, he was gone almost all night. The cafe's only 20 minutes down the road.
Okay, why don't you...
No, because he wouldn't leave me to... He wouldn't do that to me. He wouldn't. I mean, I was having his child.
Irene.
I was alone, Bronwyn, and I was in pain, and he was nowhere to be seen. And now there's this possibility that she might not even... And he chose something like that!
Okay.
Something so...
It's going to be okay. Be alright.
Could you please state your name for the record?
John Albert Jones. Emyr Llewellyn Jones.
Owain Williams.
Emyr Llewellyn Jones and Owain Williams, you have been sentenced to 12 months imprisonment, effective immediately, with no probation.
He blew something up.
Bloody hell.
12 months he got, Bronwyn. 12 months in prison for blowing up a bloody transformer for the good of the nation.
So he is the one mentioned in the paper.
Oh, indeed he is.
What about the other two?
Oh, he and Emma got time, and John walks away as if nothing happened.
Typical. Well, he's been all over the place.
Oh, I can imagine.
Sean told me you overheard Rhys and Osian talking by the car shop yesterday. And you know Rhys's brother Bryn?
Yeah, I know he works down at the station.
That's the one works on reception. Anyway, PC Evans left an evidence file out for him to process. And there was a hanky sticking out of it, covered in blood.
A hanky.
Embroidered with the letter E on it.
Oh my
And
God.
I heard they hired a car. A bright red car. What idiots hire a bright red car on the snowiest night of the year and plant a bomb in secret?
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
That's not the best of it. Emir only went and put his own name down on the form.
Oh, you're joking. What bloody idiots. I mean, even my David wouldn't do something that stupid.
And you know Caris, her second cousin, the one who really wears those short skirts.
Oh, yeah, I know who you mean.
Well, she works at the car hire place, so she recognised the name straight away. Practically let the police have to follow. I mean, I could have done a better job at this point.
And Owain said Emma nearly blew them up when they planted the bomb. None of them even knew which wires went where. Honest to God, he's really outdone himself this time, that's for sure.
Still, at least he did something.
Something.
People have been talking about this for years, Irene. Marching, writing, begging, and nothing changed.
Right, so the answer is just to stop planting bombs.
No, the point was to be heard.
I was in labour, Bronwyn. I was having his child, and he left me to save the nation.
I know.
I mean, everything makes sense now. The late nights, the meetings, leaving me. I didn't know him at all.
That's not your fault.
No, but didn't think about this either.
What will you do next?
I went down on the last day of school for Ysgol Celyn. They held a fundraiser and prize-giving ceremony, inviting some of the school's first ever pupils. See, the money people had been given from the government wasn't nearly enough to cover anything, so we all gathered as a community trying to help in any way that we could. I brought a cake. It wasn't a celebration. I mean, there was nothing to laugh about. It was taking a stand. On the last day of school, the teacher, Martha Roberts, told the children that they were to do exactly the same as every other school day. They were to tidy up and put their chairs on top of their desks. And then, as the school shut its doors for the last time, Martha locked the door and put the key into her handbag. Maybe it was just out of habit, but we like to think that was her final protest. How did you go? Yeah, we talked and
What did you talk about?
well, I told him how the kids were and that Gwenor isn't doing as well as I'd hoped and
Did you tell him?
yeah.
Oh, well, isn't that a good thing? He did take a lot from you, Irene.
I know. I mean, he sat there asking me to give him more time. And then came the same old speech that he always gives when things start to get a bit tough. You know, like the farm and the animals for the kids, away from all the stress. But I mean, I've heard it all before. It's the same thing he said to me before we went off to Canada. He promised a better life. And even then we couldn't get through the day. I just knew then he would keep feeding me this unrealistic life and I just couldn't listen to it anymore.
I know it doesn't feel like it now, but you made the right choice. For you and your children. What you did takes guts.
I know. I just haven't been on my own since before I met Owain, when I was 15.
But Irene, you have been alone. For the past few months, you've been alone. He hasn't been there to support you or your family when you needed it most. In fact, I've probably been more of a husband to you than he has.
Very true.
I will say, the offer for you to come and stay with me is still on the table, if you still want to take it.
I might just consider it this time. I don't know if I can go back to that flat, just me, the kids, and the memories of him.
You always have a home here. Where you can make new memories with your kids and finally choose yourself for once. Now, sort the tea. How about we open a nice new bottle of baby sham? I think we both deserve it.
Go on then.
The new pack just arrived today.
Perfect for the occasion.
Here you go.
To choosing ourselves. Robin, are you ready?
Come in. Get your coat on.
You're gonna make us late. Ready? The council sent out letters of invitation to the people of Capel Celyn and all surrounding areas in preparation for flood in the valley. I mean, they practically asked for an audience to witness the destruction of Welsh land. Many didn't attend. Why give them the satisfaction? But those who came saw it as their one last chance to protest against this tragedy.
Irene, look over there. I think they're burning Union Jacks. Go on, lads!
Fireworks are being set off. People were running down the hill banks to where the mayor of Liverpool's tent was situated. So he planned to give a speech, but
I've just seen two lads back there, smashing the wires to the microphone with a brick.
all you could hear were the cries of Welsh people shouting at the Liverpool officials to leave our land be! We wanted to make sure they knew they weren't welcome, especially after the mayor himself said, whether they like it or not, we need water for Merseyside. They had no regard for our people nor our land, so we repaid the favour by shutting out their voices just as they did to us. And when they still wouldn't leave, the Welsh people did what Welsh people do best. They sang. Mae hyn wlad fy nhadaean yn oeli mi, gwlad beirdd a chantorion enwogion o fri, ein gŵr ar y felwyr, gwlad garwyr tramad, dros ryddid coll a sant ein gwaed. I used to think that what happened to Capel Celyn was the end of something. That once it was done, that was it. But it wasn't the end, it was just the beginning. Out of that tragedy, people started to rise. Some still shouted, some still marched, and some still set fire to some English holiday home. But when Owain Williams and Emily Llewellyn-Jones were sent to prison, someone else stepped forward to take over Mudiad Amddiffyn Cymru. John Jenkins, and under him, the fight for freedom grew. What started as anger became action. Pipelines carrying water from Welsh lands were no longer safe. The tax office, the Welsh office, even the Royal Mint were taken out by a bang. Places that once felt untouchable suddenly weren't. And for the first time, it felt like people of Wales were taken back and weren't just asking anymore. They were taking back what was rightfully theirs. Because what they did to Capel Celyn made us think, what will they take next? That changed politically in 1997, when we voted. The power over our own homeland came back to us. Not all at once, not perfectly, but it was a start. And all of it, the protests, the shouting, the anger, and the mistakes, the sacrifices, they felt like they counted for something. All the fighting to claim back our history, our heritage, and our language felt like it counted for something. Capel Celyn isn't something we lost. It stays with us. In the way that we speak about it. In the way we remember it. And in the way we refuse to let something like that happen again. They may have drowned a valley, but they didn't drown us. And they never will. Achos ffrindiau. Because friends, prynu yma o hyd. We are still here.
Mae'r blodau yn yr ardd yn hardd. Mae Rosi'n ger y drws